What's going on, boys? It's Clements back on the mic, and today I wanted to talk about a new upcoming title for Call of Duty. It's going to be basically a Warzone 2. Now obviously it's not actually going to be called Warzone 2, it'll probably be called something completely different to Warzone. I'm quite worried what's going to happen in terms of things like skins and operators. Are they going to cross over and just transfer over to this new Warzone, or what? I'm hoping so, because if not, you know, I bought all these skins and packs for Warzone because I thought they'd hold a lot of value long term, and for them to just turn around and say we're bringing out a Warzone 2 now, and everything that you've bought, everything that you progressed and accomplished on Warzone 1 will not transfer to Warzone 2 is a massive slap and spit in the face. But I have a feeling that's not going to be the case. I have a feeling that it is going to transfer over somehow, kind of like cross progression, kind of like how cross progression happens between the Warzone that we know today. It happens with Vanguard, and it has happened with Cold War and Modern Warfare, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's a good chance that it will cross over. Not sure how they're going to do it though, because there is almost 100 operators in the game and thousands of skins, so I'm not entirely sure how they're going to do things, but I'm hoping to God they aren't going to slap me with a huge cock and say everything you've bought and earned is not going to be in Warzone 2. That would be pretty disgusting if you ask me. But anyway, this Warzone 2 I think will be a lot better than the Warzone that we have today. I think that apparently from multiple sources I've seen on Twitter, Warzone 2 will only be supported for current gen, so Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5, and obviously PCs that are built to handle this big of a game. So that is both a good thing and a bad thing, because stock is still quite low for these newer gen consoles. Not everybody can get their hands on them, so it is a bit of a pain in the arse. But I do personally think that this is going to be a huge step forward. That means that the developers won't have to build this game for multiple different consoles. There's Series X, there's PS5, there's the Series S, there's Xbox One, Xbox One X, PS4, PS4 Pro. It's crazy how many different versions of this game the developers have to make and make sure are working and that run fine on those platforms. It's crazy because each console has different hardware limitations. It's mental. So I think that the focusing on the newer gen that's coming out, that is also, I guess you could call current gen, is probably long term a brilliant thing. I think that Warzone 1, when it was first developed and made and released, was meant to be a little side piece on the side of Modern Warfare. I don't think it was meant to be as big as it's become. I think only later down the line Activision noticed that this could have been a massive money maker, a money cow for them and the Call of Duty franchise, and they've just turned around and done a 180 turn and said, okay, we need to actually support this game throughout all Call of Duty titles in the future's life cycle. This could make us a lot of money, a lot of people like the game, so let's just keep Warzone going for as long as we can. And then Warzone has become its own sort of separate title, even though it's been stuck as part of the Modern Warfare app on the same engine as Modern Warfare. And I think Warzone 2 is going to be its own separate app, its own entirely separate game, which is fantastic now I'm actually thinking of it, because I think that there'll be far less bugs, far less glitches, far less problems overall with Warzone 2. I think Warzone 2 will be great. With Warzone 2 also being available only for the newer gen consoles, it could even open doors for a console field of view slider to be implemented into the game, and that is the most requested and anticipated feature by the community. And if they were to implement one, which I think the chances are pretty high that they will, on these newer gen consoles, that would be insane and that would be awesome. That would completely win me over to Warzone 2. Both Infinity Ward and Raven have always blamed the older gen consoles for the reasoning behind there not being a field of view slider in the game, besides them being aware that the community really want one. And to be fair, we need one, because, you know, it's not really fair that PC have this huge field of view, this huge advantage over console players, and it's been this way since the launch of Warzone, since the launch of Modern Warfare 2019 realistically. So for the past 2 or 3 years, PC have had the massive upper hand, and for console in Warzone 2 to get the same treatment as PC players with a field of view slider would be amazing, and I think there's no excuse for it with Warzone 2. I think the chance of a field of view slider coming to Warzone with this new version of Warzone are pretty high, and I'm very much looking forward to a field of view slider. So I have very mixed feelings. I'm kind of worried, and I'm also looking forward to the future of Warzone. If they even continue to call it Warzone, they might call it something else, you don't actually know. But I think it will overall be a massive upgrade from what we have today for Warzone. We don't actually know that much about Warzone 2 right now, so I don't really have that much to talk about, but I did want to sort of scratch the surface with the very minimal amount of info we do have and give my opinion on it. And yeah, I think this will be fantastic. I think with Xbox also taking over, that'll be fantastic. I think Xbox will make the necessary changes that need to be made. I think they will listen to the community. I'm pretty sure the Activision CEO is actually leaving as soon as Xbox take over next year. When Warzone 2 will actually release and become a thing and take over the scene, we don't know. However, I would place money on it dropping with Modern Warfare 2, as Modern Warfare 2019 did give birth to Warzone. It almost makes complete sense that Modern Warfare 2 releases alongside Warzone 2. I think it will run on the same engine but a completely different application. So let me know what you guys think down below. Are you excited for Warzone 2? Do you think it'll be a significant upgrade? Do you think it will save Warzone? Because in my opinion, I think Warzone is dying. I think Warzone Pacific fully fucked this game in the ass with no lubrication whatsoever. 12 inches deep, just massacred that fucking hole. I went from playing this game every day to not at all. I spend my time playing Modern Warfare more than Warzone now. I think Caldera's complete shit. It's too open, it's too big. I just wish they would bring back Verdansk, revert this entire update, bring back Verdansk. It just would have been a lot simpler and a lot better in my opinion. I have actually run a poll on my community tab on the channel a couple of days back, and I put, here is an easy question, I'll show it on screen. Here is an easy question, Verdansk or Caldera? 90%, 204 votes, 90% said Verdansk and only 10% said Caldera. That just screams fucking mountains, guys. Caldera is terrible. And not only that, Pacific we all know was fully fucked Warzone technically as well. They're only just now cleaning up the mess. An update a couple days back has fixed quite a few problems, but it's far from perfect, guys. Verdansk was so much better. Warzone was in such a better place. But I've made multiple videos about this topic. I'm not going to turn it into another rant about this shit. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Warzone 2, and if Infinity Ward are the lead dev team behind it, then it's going to be brilliant, okay? If Raven Software managed to get the fucking hands on this, just kiss it goodbye now, guys, because whatever Raven Software touch seems to just turn to fucking shambles, honestly. I hope they stay away from Modern Warfare 2 as a project, and I hope they don't touch the game at all during its life cycle or afterwards like they did with Modern Warfare 2019 and Warzone. I hope they don't touch Warzone 2 with a barge pole. But yeah, I've been Clements, you've been absolutely amazing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and take care.